Okay, we are on problem number 9 down here. And again, for me, this is less than 1-3, so 1.3, and my number is 24. All right, so this is a 2-part question. And find the domain and range. So I'm assuming domains first, range will be the part 2 part. And if you were going to look at this, remember these domains, that's your X. You could probably, some of you, look at these 3 parts and come up with the domain without doing anything else. I'll kind of still sketch the graph and see if that helps anybody. To the left, X is less than or equal to -4. We have X plus 2. So the way I like to do these again is if I put this -4 in for that X, when X is -4, what would Y? Remember, this is like Y. -4 plus 2 is -2, right? -4 plus this 2. So at -4, I'd be down here at -2. It has an equal to on it. So it's like filled in. And then X, this X right here, there's nothing, so it's a slope of 1. So I gotta go to the left. Remember, if you move left to right, that would be positive, go in that direction. All right, so that would be that piece. Middle one, between -4 and +5, so +5 is over here. My Y is always down at -1. So remember, this was -2 here. So -1 here. And there's no equal to on either of these, so they're both open circles. And it just always stays down there at -1. And then the last one, 1/5 X from the 5 and to the right. To the right of the 5. If you put a 5 in here, 1/5 times 5 would be 1. So that would be up here at +1. And it does have an equal to, so it's filled in. And a 1/5 slope here, that's kind of flat. So it's still going up, but it's flatter. So my graph kind of looks like that one, piecewise function. And we're just talking about the domain here. So it goes forever to the left, and it is connected all the way across here. Always a filled in above and open. And it goes forever to the right. So my domain, a -infinity, oops, a parenthesis, soft bracket, -infinity, forever to the left, comma, infinities are always soft brackets, to a positive infinity to the right for my domain. All right, check that. And then I'm assuming our next one's going to be the range. What about the range? This left part goes forever down, so that's a -infinity down there. This piece. But then they're not connected in between here. Remember this one, it went up to a -2. But it was filled in, so that should be a square bracket on this side. And they're using ors in the middle. Sometimes remember you get this big funny looking U thing for set notation. And then on the next one, remember this middle section, this middle section is all down at -1. So then that would be like a -1 to -1, like that, where it's, and then, oh shoot, we're not doing interval notation over here though. It looks like There are inequalities. So we'll convert it. And then or, and then remember up here, it always goes up at positive. So those would be my ranges. Now let's go over here and see which one of those, how that would match up. So less than -2, but it's got to be equal to it. So the top two, either one of these, no, either that one or this one have the equal to on here. So they're both wrong. So let's look at, there must be another one down below. Let's look at these last two. It's got to be one of these. All right, so down here, it's the equal to, those are both the same. F of x equals, oh, and then on the right. So here's a difference here. This one's got an equal to on the right, and that one does not. So remember, ours should be for the range. Oh, this is going up. I thought that looked kind of flat over here. So, and it's equal to on the end. So it's going to be this C. And then on the left side, remember, we're talking about the Y values, the range. Remember the range here. The range is like the Y. So the Y here, highest it gets is -2, and it's equal to it. So we're less than, we're equal to the -2. Then the middle section, this kind of lavender color in the middle, that's all down at -1. We're talking about the Y values. And then the last one, the Y's on this blue line on the right, these start up at -1, and then it keeps going up higher slowly. Remember, that was like a 1/3, I think. So that one is from -1, but going up. And I think that should cover it. Now, they get a little tricky in there, and part of it's keeping the X and Y straight in your mind. But since we're talking about range, it's the Y. Uh-oh. Let's double check some work here because it said I got something wrong. So Y is down at -2. Oh, that's not. Oh, it's at -2 and going down. So this Y is less than or equal to the -2. The middle part's always at -1 on the Y. Oh, this is at +1 and going up. So, good example. Just check your work. I think now we've got it. There we go. Good luck.